Hi everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token. Your host Superman. Man, this is a really great topic. We're going to look at PowerCity's announcement of the Flex product, and we're going to go through their latest Medium post and look at what it's talking about in terms of Flex. Now, I think this is definitely one of the best products out there. We're already seeing some pretty good products with Hedron and of course Maximus. And of course, they allow Hex to get locked up in state, which is part of what Hex is all about. And this Flex is another one in that whole fleet of products that is slowly eating up the circulating supply of Hex. So it's a very cool thing to see. Let's get straight into it. So this is PowerCity's current architecture of what they're building in the ecosystem. We can see the core is in the middle. That's where all the revenue flows into the core and gets given out to people that own the Watt token. And then, of course, the latest product they've announced is the Flex product there. And this seems to be in the first wave of development, along with Pixel Park, the core, and the Transformer. And so this Flex looks very exciting. Of course, always staking Hex, never selling Hex. I mean, it's pretty powerful. Not only that, but it gives investors a passive income, which is awesome, and a lot of other options. So let's get straight into it. The PowerCity Flex is on Medium. I'll leave the link to the article in the video description if you want to read it as well as watch this video. I'll also leave a timestamp if you want to jump to different sections. So here's Flex. Flex is a new D app or a decentralized app joining the PowerCity ecosystem on Pulse Chain. It is trustless treasury. So it's a trustless treasury that distributes the yield earned from the DeFi investments in the Flex treasury, which are Hex stakes. To participate, users will stake Flex tokens to earn additional Flex. Right. So if you want to participate, users will stake their Flex tokens to earn additional Flex. That's how you get your passive income there. The Flex token is backed by a treasury of perpetual Hex stake ladders of various durations that can be traded at any time. All right, so the Hex never gets sold; always gets staked in perpetuity. So it's always staked, and of course, your Flex token is the tradable token there. So that's pretty cool. So beautiful for Hex and beautiful for you as an investor. Staked Flex earns a share of the yield generated by the Hex stakes, without having to lock up Hex tokens for long periods of time yourself. So you don't have to do anything. It's all done for you on the blockchain immutably. Flex will be an immutable protocol with 0 admin keys and will be audited by a third party prior to release. So really good standard there. The Flex treasury pulls together large amounts of Hex to stake across a blend of short and long-term durations, which, like I say, is fantastic for Hex. They're going to get off the market short and long-term and stay off the market, never sold. It's just a beautiful thing. You see, the circulating supplies is going to be eaten up over the years ahead with products like this. Creating a monthly stream of yield that is passed on to Flex stakers without ever needing to sell Hex. The Hex earned by the treasury is not sold, but instead restaked forever, allowing users and Hex to benefit simultaneously. I love this. Fantastic. What is Hex? Of course, I'll leave a timestamp. You can jump to this section if you already know what Hex is. You can jump to the next section on the Flex product. What is Hex? Hex is a high-yield blockchain certificate of deposit, time deposit, currently earning up to 40% APY. That's annual percentage yield. Hex can be staked from 1 to 5,000 for 5 days, which is 15.2 years, where longer stakes earn a higher APY than shorter stakes, and bigger stakes make more than smaller stakes. So longer pays better and bigger pays better. Daily token inflation is paid to stakers, generating a yield that is only payable at the end of the stake when it passes maturation date, and then mints the principal and due inflated yield to the staker. A staker ladder is a group of Hex stakes of different durations. Typically, holders of large quantities of Hex will make rolling laddered stakes and collect the interest from matured stakes and keep restaking the principal. A ladder allows yield to be collected periodically while earning a high APY for the longer stakes. There are significant penalties for not serving the full stake duration, rewarding only those who fulfill the stake time commitment. Now, obviously, because they're going to be staking, never selling, they'll never endure these penalties. This locks in the capital used to create the stake for the full duration. Richard Hart, the creator of Hex, calls this the truth engine. Users are forced to do what they promised to do when staking, otherwise they face stiff penalties. The Hex staking system is immutable and cannot be shut down. It will operate as long as Pulse Chain exists, forever rewarding stakers with daily Hex token inflation payouts. This platform provides a solid base on which to build Flex and reward Hex stakers on a monthly basis, while removing sell pressure of Hex from being sold on the open market. So this is the next section. Why Flex? Of course, Flex shares are the yield generated by the treasury of HEX stakes without having to lock you into your own long-term HEX stakes. So it gives you the flexibility, the optionality, and of course we've seen how powerful that has been in Maxi or Maximus. You can stake, unstake, transfer, buy, or sell Flex how you see fit with no penalties or early in-stake, early or emergency in-stake penalties. Penalties to worry about. Only Flex stakers will earn a share of the yield earned by the treasury. So if you own the Flex and you're staking it, you will earn the yield of the treasury. Remember, it has short and long-term stakes in it. The HEX stakes. The yield that is paid to stakers in the form of additional Flex tokens. That's what you're going to get as your passive income. Users can unstake at any time without penalty, which is fantastic. The Flex token supply inflates every month based on the yield earned by the treasury. So if you're wondering where that passive income is from, so that is the answer there. New Flex tokens can only be minted based on the new value contributed to the treasury, either by new HEX that is bonded into the treasury or new inflation earned from the HEX ladders. Remember, the inflation of HEX staking goes to HEX stakers. No other process can mint new Flex tokens. The majority of the growth is passed on to Flex stakers in the form of staking rewards. The rest of the growth is restaked. Now, some of the things I'd add to that is that if people aren't staking their Flex, they're not earning that reward, right? So they may be doing other things with that. So the rewards might even be slightly higher from that point of view. What does the Treasury do? The Treasury manages the staking and claiming of HEX every month. The discount rates for bonds and minting of a new Flex for staking rewards. The Flex Treasury stakes newly received HEX into a new ladder every month. So probably accumulating that and stakes it every month as it receives it over that month period. Allocated across both short and long-term durations. So it's going to be interesting to see how that mechanism works. Each stake that ends will be restaked for the same frequency. So once it's set up, I guess on a monthly or a longer durations, it will keep that frequency in terms of its rolling stake. Rolling over all the claimed HEX back into the new stake. The proceeds from a monthly stake will be restaked for 1 month duration, where an annual stake will be restaked for 1 year. When a HEX stake ends, new Flex tokens are minted according to the amount of HEX inflation earned by the stake. Those newly minted HEX tokens are paid to Flex stakers. That's how the passive income is derived. Fantastic. Okay, bonds. This is a very interesting topic here. This is kind of when you're putting your HEX into the system. This is how this works. There are 3 types of bonds issued by the Treasury: single asset HEX bonds, Flex HEX liquidity pool token bonds, and Flex buyback bonds. Bonds are a function of the protocol, can purchase needed assets in exchange for Flex. All right, so bonds are a function where the protocol can purchase needed assets in exchange for Flex. So it takes in HEX and gives you Flex. The discount on Flex offered for each bond changes dynamically based on demand. So you should be able to get your Flex at a little discount there, depending on market conditions. Bonds can have a maximum per wallet and can require a vesting period where the Flex is paid out over a set period of time. So those are 2 interesting things that you need to take into account in terms of limitations of what you can personally invest or when you will actually get your Flex tokens. So we'll have to wait to see what those exactly are later on. Once the Flex is claimed, it can then be staked. So once the Flex is claimed, it can then be staked. So it's pretty cool. You put your HEX in, you get your Flex, and then of course you can stake it when you get it out. Single asset bonds allow you to sell HEX to the Treasury in exchange for discounted Flex tokens. That's kind of the main vehicle for getting the bonds. The discounted rate will change based on demand. So you're getting Flex tokens at a slight discount to the bond Treasury value. Flex HEX LP, so you can actually provide Flex and HEX liquidity, and you could actually get bonds for that. And they allow you to sell Flex. You can sell those Flex liquidity shares to the Treasury in exchange for discounted Flex tokens. Now, generally, those are probably slightly better rates than the HEX bonds. We'll see whether that ends up being the case. So we'll find out. Flex buyback bonds are a special option for burn Flex. So now we're looking at the other way. So this way we're looking at stuff going into the system. Now we're looking at stuff, HEX coming back out of the system as Flex. So we're sort of pulling it out of the Treasury now. Flex buyback bonds are a special option to burn Flex obtained at current market price in exchange for the intrinsic value of HEX backing each Flex token. When the Flex tokens are burned, the HEX is released from the Treasury. This function is available for times when Flex token price falls below the intrinsic value of HEX held in the Treasury. So really the Treasury value of HEX, all that inflation, etc. A limited amount of buyback bonds are released each month, and if they sell up, more will be slowly added over time automatically. So that's a way of the system balancing itself out. Protocol control liquidity. The Treasury will control liquidity for the Flex Hex trading pair on Pulse Hex. This allows the Treasury to earn trading fees as well as prevent any rug pulls of the liquidity. Liquidity will continue to grow through Flex and Hex LP token bonds sales. Treasury will acquire additional LP tokens in exchange for newly minted Flex tokens. This allows the protocol to run immutably without outside intervention. So it's all automatic. It's pretty smart. Finally, our final topic, Flex, always staking Hex, never selling. And that's the beauty of this for all Hex, is that it takes more supply off the market and stakes it continually, just like Maximus and Hedron HSI stakes. So beautiful products these are. The Flex protocol provides a passive income opportunity based on Hex that does not require you or the Treasury to ever sell Hex. We're excited to announce this new product that is in development by PowerCity. We will share additional details as we get closer to launching a public testnet. And to learn more, join them at Telegram. So I'll leave the links for that as well. So pretty powerful product, and another one that's going to consume more of that circulating supply of X, reducing that supply, and of course supporting longer term price appreciation. And looking forward to. I'm very excited about this. Very excited. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that one. Feel free to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Links will be in the video description, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.